Hey, Marilyn. Hugs to you too, sweet pea. Getting all the last minute gear set up. Too bad they don't let you do it beforehand. At least the getting on is easier than it used to be. All right. Let me move this out of the way because I don't really think I need it. Whoop. Good. Let me know if it starts buffering or if I fall out of camera range or something. There it goes. There it goes. We'll wait for a few minutes. Not very long. I barely got set up today. Hey, Suze. Am I having a senior moment? Marilyn, I want to think you've been here before. Suzanne, have you? Hey, oh, that's Archie again. Archie. Hey, Gail. Glad you're here, baby. Remember to tweet me if I get out of order. I sure had fun in Janet's stream this morning. Oh my goodness, I didn't know I had that. I found this box. Oh, good grief. Yeah, it was a good one this morning. She was having fun. Hi, Ian. Good to see you. I've got your video marked to go back and look at. I just haven't done it yet. I was looking through a box looking through a box. I saw this sitting on a bookcase, which is where it landed when it came in. It's from Hyatt's. They are in I want to say it. Oh, Buffalo, New York. Yeah, they're in Buffalo. And I don't remember if I bought this on Amazon or not. It is an Amazon order, so it's available on Amazon. I got all these little, hello, um, artist trading card size books for $15. And I can't really tell if that's like a hot press. A lot of this is printmaking paper. Of course, that's not to say you can't use it. That's a heavy. That feels like. This is aqua cold press. Come on now, you got to tell me how heavy it is. I think it's 300. This is the hot press. So those are the two watercolors. This is a printmaking drawing paper. That's a heavy, heavy. It's all cotton though, so that's good. I've got 3 Yupos in this package. Translucent. Oops, I didn't mean to take that out. Translucent, can you see that? Put that back in there. We've got medium. I assume that means medium weight. Okay, and then we've got heavy. That's every bit as much as 300-pound paper. Lovely. Oops, some came out. I don't want you to come out. It's kind of like going shopping when you see something on the bookcase that you've opened but didn't do anything with. This is their craft paper. All cotton. Printmaking, drawing, or experimentation. Ooh, sounds kinky, huh? Stonehenge colors. Oh, real light pastel colors. Natural, fawn, cream, pearl gray, and warm white. Full sheets. And this is Stonehenge warm white. Excellent printmaking paper. Not good for alcohol ink because it's absorbent. This is the first 100% cotton paper to be produced by an American mill. Soft textured surface. Good for graphite, I don't agree with pastel, colored pencil, or charcoal. Lenox cotton. It's really nice weight. So, I don't have a problem with their paper. I think it just depends on how you paint. You know, what your style is. That's the paper that's included with my class. Where am I going to put this? Put it right down there. Who else am I missing? Or just leave us on, Gail, just leave us on speaker and we can listen in. Hey, Kathy, you did such a good job today. All right, we know those of you who, what is causing that? It's got to be that. Better. I've got work lights and they shine straight down, so I have paper clipped around them to keep it from That's much better. Mucho. Oh, well, I don't want to have anything to do with Social Security. How about that? All right. Tuesday, I worked my little fingers to the bone working on this iris in gouache. And I think, as I told you, that if I would just leave it alone, it would um, it would be easier to correct. This has a little bit of a semi-gloss appearance to it. Let me see if I can get it in the camera. See? Let me see if this other one over here that I like so well does. Let me see if I can see it first. Yeah, there is a little bit. I can see it right in here. I thought, see, right there. I thought gouache was totally opaque, totally matte. Okay, so I may pull that back out. I sprayed my palette. Kathy suggested that I do one of these. I'm almost positive that this was a magazine cutout. Yeah, I can kind of feel it right in here that I painted on top of. And that's what Kathy was doing this morning. So I thought, looks like she's got a bikini line on the camera. Okay, where are you in here? Okay. Yeah, that's a tan line. Looks just like it. Okay. I've told y'all that I didn't start mixed media until a couple years ago. I started out putting a date on my journals, but I don't see it. 2015. So I started out in the big book. Here's my very first journal page, and I was working with Tam. Oh crap, what's her name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Tam. And I started January that year with some journaling and jelly plating and layering, and I had no idea what I was doing. And I had I just didn't have a clue what I was doing. This one's a train wreck. But I think I've got it now. I think I've got it. No, it's not acrylic gouache, Suzanne. This is real, traditional. And that turned out good. I was, learning to put some little things of interest and call myself practicing my writing. And that was fun. I have some acrylic gouache and I do not like it, Sam. I am. Here's another fun one. Just practicing drippies and little bit. I had been to the thrift store and got little kids stamps, probably mostly Crayola. So I posted those all around. And here's another. Now we're in June, so you can see how much I jumped into it. And that one could be done something too. And then I started Cece's class with the oh, I hate it when that happens. They're in this bucket. Elegant Writer. I'll get it in a minute. They're real fun because, especially the dark one, because when you get it wet, it bleeds in rainbow colors. So that's fun. Suzanne, in my opinion, you might as well just work with acrylic. And I did a collage in college on a big piece of plywood. And it was big. It was like 24 by 36 or 20 by 30 or something. And what I did was took my initials that were about 12 inches tall, cut them out, and then around the initials, I just did pictures from Glamour and 17 and all those must-read magazines. And then inside my letters, I did black and white print. So I kind of, that was in my mind when I did this. Wish I had that. See up here in her coat. That was a fun thing to do. And this is about my favorite journal page. If you want to dance, you've got to pay the fiddler. So, you know, you got this hunka sitting there. And down here is a fiddler. See him? He's a monkey. Came out of some magazine or other. So that one was fun. I did that in September. So I'm really doing Tam's class well. And just some fiddle-dee-dee-dee. This was, I don't know, some challenge or other. The challenge to work with somebody else's ephemera. So that must have been a, and I think, what was the ephemera? I don't even remember. I don't remember the ephemera that was sent to me. It may have been these little cards. And then I put them in my, the fuse tool pockets where you make a waterfall effect with them. And this is a print of one of my paintings. The painting, of course, wasn't grunged up like that is. And this is one of Randy's, it's a print from one of Randy's paintings. It's kind of fun to revisit this stuff from time to time. Don't remember the challenge, don't remember what was given to me, so there you go. And then I just, oh, this one's nice. I practiced doing an oil painting in the book just to see what it would do. Took forever to dry on the paper. And then I decided I might need to start working toward the back. Here's a monoprint taken off the oil painting while I was working on it. These are nice colors. I was just playing with limited color palette. That's a nice background for something. Something. Just paper. So that's it. This beautiful book. And that's all that's in it. So I said that to say I don't have magazines. So I thought this one might be fun. This would be fun for a monoprint on the plate. I may do that here in a little bit. I like her pose on that one. I don't know that I have that page for any reason. This was my second choice. So, which one do you want to see me butcher? Any votes? I'm drawn to this one today. And the reason being that she's big enough to fill the page, and yeah, might be better. And plus I like the fact that she's got arms. That might be fun to mess with. Kathy, did you cut around it first before you glued it in, or you just glued in the page? Suzanne, I'll do the bride another day. Whoops. Oh, this was another one I found. Wouldn't that be fun too? That would also make a good monoprint. Not going to muddy the water. So we're going to do that. That's Katie Holmes. I think I painted her once. All right, let's look at this iris. I don't know how many of you were here the other day, but I was having trouble with these two leaves, and I was doing it live, so I didn't really have time to think about it or let it dry. This is an S pattern. Let's see. Down, back out. Got it? S, down, S. And if the light's coming from way up here, then all I really have to do is darken this in here, the lowest point before it starts to curve back up, and lighten this. But I did my gouache dark to light, and it just kept getting darker and darker. I couldn't put enough white on it to make it work. Same with this one, S curve. So I'm going to spend about 5 minutes on this. And then I got my big jelly plate out. And we're going to play at the end with jelly, because I'd rather do that than almost anything. Rather do that than eat. Well, no. So this one's coming up, so we'll see that. And it'll be the high point on both of them. Ian, have you worked much with I cut it out. Okay, I don't know if I will or not. Have you worked much with real gouache, traditional gouache? Now the trick is to not go back in there like I'm doing. Oops, y'all aren't reading the screen. And play with it. And I was working with the dried gouache from yesterday. And I've told you once, and I'm going to tell you again, use it straight out of the tube. And let's see, I want kind of a dirty purple, so that would be a little bit of yellow in it. Yes, way to stay in the lines, Vic. So up and down. I put that in the wrong place. Good thing this is just a journal. And that's all I'm going to do, because it'll lift all the way back to the paper. Just going to feather this line a little bit. Just come up, come down. That one did better. Now adding some little directional lines would help. I just hate for Ian to see me butcher. And then that one's going that way. I'm going to draw that just a little. This is one of those that you go, why did I do that? Hoops is home. Calling ducks. Every once in a while, you hit something that you just can't get. I keep getting my brush. Oops, pulled the wire up. I'm not taking very much care with this. It's probably obvious. I think I'm going to leave it because it's kind of really butchered. Here's the light. I keep putting it in the wrong place. And remind myself once again, this is just a journal page. What a mess, what a mess. All right. We're going to put her aside. Put that down there. Brush, brush, brush. Gotta clean up as I go. In the floor with you. Now, let's see what's going on over here. Yes, Ian Designers. Well, gouache is definitely a learning curve. Let's just put it like that. I'm going to go to the back and pick a page. And I'm going to the back because to help the spine, see how it's warping by having everything in the front. So if I do some in the back and a couple in the middle, it will help that straighten out. So just pick a page. Right here in the back. Look. Fix this where y'all can see it best. Oh, we were going to do gouache on this. That was what y'all challenged me with. I love challenges. This is so much easier than getting out a cutter. She's pretty well going to fill the whole page. All right. Nope, nope, nope. Got to take a little bit off here. Shouldn't put my paint up. Come on. Okay. A little bit of hangover, but I can capture that when I get done. All right, here we go. I'm going to glue her down with, with glue stick. My other journal that I finished with the collage type stuff, I really like the finish I get with it. And no sticky hands, no real drying time. And doing it like that, you don't have to keep picking up to reposition. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, well. I buy the Oohoo sticks 12 at a time on Amazon. See how much easier that is with not being wet and sloppy like with matte medium. And I am creasing it because I'm not being careful, but since this is going to be painted over, make sure the edges are real good. Now, a little bit of a wrinkle, but that's okay too. Bone folder. If you do this carefully, you can get it with no wrinkles at all. But I didn't do it carefully, so I've got wrinkles. And be careful anytime you're pushing something down because you can scrape the ink off. Okay, so far so good. And I'm putting it off. I almost bought some a couple of weeks ago, and I also want to do egg tempera. But I'm such an idiot. I want to make my own tempera with the yolk of an egg, and that's just stupid. Yeah, I'm pretty much smooth all the way. And for burnishing, like I did, just put a piece of paper over the top of it and you won't scratch it. But like I said, since we're painting on top of this, it'll be fun. Okay, I think I'm caught up with you guys. Now I need to get this back out. Okay, good. You can see it. You can see it. We can all see it. Brush, brush. This is one of my cheapy Chinese brushes, Art Secret, and it's natural hair. The detail and the care are really as good as my Isabee's. I might need to weld that little part I just picked up though by under $15 instead of 70 or 80. And this is a trusty synthetic I've had for 15 years. I'm going to try this just because the part of gouache that I like is the opaqueness. And if you thin it down too far, yellow's never dry. Working with a limited palette too gives you the ability to just move from one painting to the next. Once you've learned to mix colors, You don't have to go running looking for different tubes to make paint with. This is a handy tool I just happen to have sitting here. Plastic bag or a Ziploc will work too. It's a great way to test your paint color. So I'm going to mix my basic color. Wish I had a smaller piece. I might. Let's do this. I save packaging too because it's perfect for stuff like this. I don't use a natural hair brush for getting paint ready. A bit darker now. Trying to get to the value. Close. You can also test, her skin is darker than mine, but you can also test on your own skin. I'm going to start with that, and then if I need to glaze back into it, I can. I'm going to do the midtones. Beating up on this paper. I'm going to have 3 values that I play with here. Put that one down and go to my dummy. God. Put that down and then go back and make some paint with it. A little bit too red, which means a little bit more of this. Talking to myself. It's quite a bit lighter, but that's okay. You can make her be any color you want. Because this is gouache, I can come back in after it dries. Got your good brush in your hand. Quit that. I don't know if y'all realized what I did. May regret it. I painted over my picture, so I'm really going to be winging it. Once I get that first color on there, it probably will be okay. The brush. I messed myself up. Are y'all laughing yet? The light's pretty much coming from, I don't know where now that I covered my. Covered my picture. I'm just really loosely blocking in right now. And y'all's was transparent, and mine's going to be opaque. All right, check, check. Kathy, it is beating up on me until it gets that first layer. You could. We'll know here in a minute. Okay, here we go. As much as possible, I try to keep my brush on the paper as long as I can, because the tendency is to tickle it over and over. You wear your paint out. That's what these full-bodied brushes are for, is to have enough carry enough paint so that you don't have to keep coming back to the palette. Excuse me. Let's see. I think I want in here. This is actually really good practice. Sorry if my head's in the way. I'm gonna try that. It may make it way too good brush. Now I could always go back down here to my sack and pull the color out, but sometimes the challenge is in mixing it. Oh, now give me some dark. Wasn't planning on being there that long. One dark, darker, darker, darker. I'm really doing this as much as anything to show y'all that you can, if you know how to mix color, you don't have to have a tube in every color of the rainbow. Just dropped my brush, but I didn't hear it yet. There it is. I think I'm going to keep using the synthetic. The reason is that it does not hold as much water. Okay, it's not beating up anymore. And that is an exaggerated color, which is fine for now. I forgot I had some darkness there. Started to paint in where I bent the paper. No. It's funny, her hair doesn't have much life to it. Okay, what we got going? My end. Kathy, no, it's basically a watercolor with white in it. Hey, Cheshire. Hey, Beth. We're doing an experiment. Bye, Suzanne. Come back and see me. You can always go back in and lift it, Kathy. Just like watercolor. Yeah, Gail, it is. It's a good way to practice. Now, see how that's turning pink? When I put the yellow on top of it, that's because it reactivated what was under it and made it pink. It pulled that color up too. I'm going to work with a little bit of a damp brush instead of a wet. And get excuse me, I got water. Let me have some. Just like watercolor, but all these colors have white added. Of course, you know, it's a little bit more chemistry than that. But to understand it, that's what helps. Come on now. Phthalo is not a color I use very often because it's kind of tricky. Come on, give me some red. Copying is fun as long as you don't try to sell it. The old masters copied all the time. And there are lots of people that learn to paint by doing nothing but copying. But since I started at age 52, I needed all the help I could get. But your face looks pretty good. Come on now. I'm going to pick this up a minute because I need to be able to see it to hit that. Ian makes me nervous. How's that for funny? Do, 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 do. It's too small to get in there now that but I don't want to get on this jelly plate for too much longer. Now I've got some white in that and I don't want it. Okay, so we're just going to move it up here. Black pen. Okay, any talk going on? This is a very inexpensive brush. This is a low Cornell ultra round and it's the 7020 series. This is a size 10. I've had this 15 years and it's been abused. Okay, see what I'm missing. Okay, if you're just watching me, then that's all right. Trying to get thicker paint so I can get some highlights going on here. That looks pretty good. Her skin is so dark here. Turn my brush off. And I'm not really hitting her brownish color. I'm just tickling the paint, just trying to barely touch it. And my brush is just barely damp. Sure wish I'd have kept her before. Now you've screwed around and gotten rid of that dark there. Part of her makeup. Got something there. A booger. I get quiet. Ooh, I better do something about hair. Getting in the pink now. Let that dry. Need that to be a little bit darker. Little bit of green. By tickling this a little bit, I'm able to pull up some of that darker color that I had underneath, which is making it easier to blend. Can't do that with acrylic. You have to be real careful with it or you will pull it completely back to the paper. Ah, I've got a baby diaper over my shoulder and I'm using that to blot this brush on. So I can keep a little more control. Yeah, very rough. Put in battery. Let's see, where was I here? No, I wasn't there. Where was I? Oh, earring. All right, guys, I'm going to call that done. I need some more white in here, but it's, let me see if I can get it. I don't want it that white. Dry my brush off pretty good. It's still wet. All right. Drop a big old glob of water in the middle of it. Clean my brushes off. I'm quitting on this one. Not too bad. Not too bad. Any comments? I could do the, let's see what time, 5:30. Damn it. I wanted to do some jelly plating. It's going to take a lot more paint to cover up the type. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Put her down there. Get the brush out of here. Did you like? No, I'm not making. I wasn't making her blonde, just getting some smooth highlights. Hey, Beck. Yeah, I do too, Kathy. I like the blondness. Yeah, because see the light on the spotlight on her was really strong, so her hair would have a little more um a little more light in it, a little more contrast. Okay, I'm gonna do this like it or not. I took that out of there. I could put that right there. I'm trying to do good. Kimberly needs to be here and see how much good I'm trying to do with keeping my desk neat. I thought that my big plate was cleaner, but it's not. Why would I think that? Okay, put that right there. Hey. I'm going to pull out some neutral colors. That's all golden. That might be good. This is, oh, we were going to try gouache on the plate too. This is the Peerless watercolor, the watercolors that are actually they're dyes on the sheet where everybody, nah, you know what I mean. A champagne. Okay, where's my dark? Hope I didn't just burp out loud. It's been known to happen, you know. Celadon. Come on now, give it. Don't you just hate it when you just had it and can't find it? Of course, if I didn't have 2,000 bottles of paint. I think we're okay. We're going with that. Now, let me get some paper. Quit. Trying to hurry. have a napkin tissue in it. All right. Transparent papers. And a deli. Where the deli? Where the deli? I can't seem to reach any. There's some. Stay with me. I'm here. Get my arm all the way back in that hole and we'll be able to get it out. Ta-da. Deli wrap. Now, we talked this morning about the bee paper, bee tracing paper. This is regular tissue, just cheap old gift wrap tissue. Get the paint out of the way. This is medical exam. This is the tissue paper, tracing paper. And I think that's what I saw when it came up on the B-roll. And this yellowish color, which is really kind of nice. This is a little heavier. A little smoother than the medical. Yeah, the medical's smooth, but this is just a little bit heavier, it seems. Okay, let me find my phone under this mess. Okay. You're welcome. Are you leaving us back? Yeah, Kathy. This is the tracing paper. And I got this particular paper at an architectural site, store where they do blueprints and stuff. And architects use this paper a lot. And it was dirt cheap. I mean, $1, $2 a roll. And then I've seen it in Hobby Lobby. So now, of course, it's up to $6, $7 a roll. So I don't know if that's bee paper or not, but we're going to try all three. Okay, move that over there. I don't need the deli wrap right now. Now, we were going to use some gouache. There's a brilliant gold gouache. And we're all seeing it. Oh. I'm going to quit rustling here in a minute. I don't see anything that just really rings my bell, so. Ooh. That's pretty much the color we were using. And this stuff is just almost impossible to re-wet. These are kind of neutrals. I'm just making a pile of mud. Okay. Get the acrylics out of the way. Burnt sienna. This is gouache again. And this is the gold. I think I'll just wait on that one. I'm talking to myself. You know what? It will be, I should say. Let's try a real thin coat of Celadon. This is a Dick Blick matte. Real thin. Now what you gonna do? I'm gonna pick up some of this tracing paper. Now see what I'm doing here? I'm just barely picking it up. Now let's see what happens if we go in. Okay, now we're going to have to let that dry. Hair dryer on cool. See if I can arrange all these rolls. You know what? I bet I could use a thing. Can you put your hands on it? No. Can't. Hold my beer and watch this. I don't think I got much. Trying to keep from brushing it a whole lot. When it touches the bare plate is when it beads. But you can work with that too. Gail, I'm sorry. I need to share this before I lay it down. Okay, this is the tracing paper. I wasn't real careful when I put it down and I got wrinkles. You can't really see a whole lot of anything, but it does work. Wish I could find my little roller. It's there somewhere, or stuck in here. Kimberly, I need Kimberly. Lived up there for the longest time. Hang with me, I'm thinking. Ta-da! Some fine brush rollers from Hobby. This is pretty dense. I don't have any paint on there now. Might be a pretty cool tool. Still beads a little bit when it goes across a place that doesn't have anything on it. I love playing with the jelly plate. I really like this sponge roller. Let's use this one again. So that's pretty cool for just a background. Of course, we needed that celadon green to get the stuff to stay on the plate. I'd like to have some more white. See, it goes right back, but that's not bad, and it does give you some interesting patterns. Everything's falling. Oh, cool. Let's see, we got that. What else is down here? Here is the medical paper. Or is that the tissue? I think that's just plain old tissue. We're gonna switch over to acrylic here in a minute. Very, very pale, but I like. You have to be careful then because this stuff will tear. I'm thinking that's the tissue. Yeah, because here's the medical. It was torn in the middle. All right. Put that up there. Who's still with me? Hey, Shauna. Gail's back. We just got through playing with using some gouache on the plate. And that, I don't care what you say, that's a cool background. Very subtle. All right. This is a big old plate. This is chocolate brown metallic from Folk Art. Isn't that neat? Probably way more than I need. Let's get some of that pop. Let's use some Titan Buff. And this is the Gold Peerless Watercolor. It's just everything's swimming around. Okay, medical paper. It does rip easy. We were talking about what it would do on a big plate. Now that's cool background. I need some plain collage papers, is why I'm doing this. So the other thing is you cannot leave this paper on very long on the plate. Medical paper. Where in the world am I going to put that? It'll be fine up there. Okie doke. Nah. Maybe that'll stay. Okay, medical paper. Now let's do, this is happy rice paper. And let's do some, I need another color. Come on now, you can do some color. Not yet, you're not. Hair dryer cool. Those, oh, I forgot about my Seth Actors over here. Got some nice colors. The gold that I put on there has a lot of binder in it. This is mahogany and paper artsy. I'm just going to try to step away from the car. Well, did anybody see my roller? I have lost my sprayer. Now that's funny. Oh, here it is over here to the side. My little one was doing a good job, though. Here's what I want. For those of you new to the pate, this one that you can barely see now that it's dry is regular tissue, gift wrapping tissue. then we've got the rice paper. Somebody was telling me the other day that they had heard that rice paper wasn't good for this, and I haven't had that issue. Nice and nice. Now we're going to try the yellow tracing paper. Sorry, Gail. You know what? I'm going to let that dry for a minute. Now we're testing these different lightweight papers. What do I want to put on top of that? I'm going to put this metallic ice blue folk art. Put a little bit of that. What else? What else? What else? Champagne's not dark enough. Let's go ahead and go with our aqua. Excuse you. And here's the yellow tracing paper. Architect's tracing paper. See how it feels wet on the plate. Kathy, you're right. It does have a different pull-up feel. It feels more sturdy. And then we were going to do the Gelli. You know, that tracing paper feels an awful lot like the Gelli. It's about the same weight. And ta-da, stink. Let's put paper artsy terracotta. And what else shall we do? So much for neutrals. Let's put some orange flash. Because it plays really nice with the turquoise. I'm going to have more stuff on the floor. we were going to do Gelli this time. Let me just do a clean off. This feels an awful lot the same, Kathy. Ooh, pretty colors. Pretty. Yep, pulls off an awful lot different than the medical. But I like them both. Now, Moonlight. That sounds pretty. Again, fresco paints by Paper Artsy. I love these. And I'll put it with London Night. I know, neutrals went out the window. That takes some time to plan. Okay, I've forgotten what else were we going to do. I can't remember. I'm just going to pull off another piece of this yellow. Let's see. Oops, got a piece of paper stuck to our stencil. You can tell I'm not real easy with this stuff. This has the Harlequin on it already, but it doesn't matter. This is the rice paper. I like working with my big plate. I haven't done it that much, but I need to. I wanted neutrals. All right, now next I want to go back to the island. I'm teasing. Let's see, I do want that aqua flash though. That little bit of mica. Just adds a little bit of, I guess I'll use this one. turning out pretty. Let's do some more of this London. Oh, that was Moonlight. This is London. And this is Purple Flash. I'm thinking about having a studio clearance so that I can fill it up again of paintings. I'm not in a gallery right now, so I can give friends and family discount to everybody. I'll tell somebody I was going to get out my stencil girl for the month, and I completely forgot it. Here's my handmade squares. Back to the rice paper. Whoops. Oh, well, that's not liking it because of this. 6:15. I haven't ever. Well, yeah, I did. I went 3 hours one night. Purple's nice. We liked that one. Let's see what we like with this on top of it. I am not a jelly plate wizard, but it sure is fun. I like that tracing paper. I'm glad you reminded me that I had it. We didn't get a whole lot on that, but a little. Okay, is anybody talking to me? Bye, Gail. I think I covered it, Shauna. Nope. I think it's under here because of the Celadon. It worked great. I mean, I think all it's going to do is give you a maybe a matte finish. I didn't intend to cover over. What have we got now? I am not good at. I end up getting. Let me see if I can put some more whitewash on there. I get too many that are flat. Now there's some white gouache. This little roller is cool, guys. If you can remember to keep it clean. I like the way that feels. Now, when the gouache is hitting the dry plate, you're getting the bubbles, but that doesn't bother me. Hair dryer, I'm cool. Well, I said what I did about having a salon sale and forgot to look. Hi, BJ. It's almost my bewitching hour. I'm going to put some of the Seth After Paper Artsy Turquoise. And I'm going to put, no, I'm going to put the purple flash. That was pretty. You do go through more paint with the big plate. Okay, scoot you out of the way, scoot that back up. Let's pull another one on medical paper. I've got it on a bungee cord on my shelf. And if you don't need a good trim, you just pull it up and the bottom of the shelf above it does the cutting. How beautiful those colors are together. That chocolate brown and the purple. Isn't that pretty? Let me pull it up here where y'all might have a prayer's chance in hell of seeing it. That's in that purple very much. Need to now. Got one up here that I can stamp on top of. This is rice paper. Comes on a roll. I get it on Amazon. That's making a kind of a nice subtle print. Obviously, I'm not very good at creams and beiges. Ooh, there's my color shift black. I wondered where that was. Oh, baby. Love this stuff. And let's put some purple with it. Ooh, that'll do it. See, if I was smart, I would have my 8x10 plate out here to capture the extra stuff. Here we go. Found something I can roll off of. What do we got there? Oh, that would be a pretty good one to overprint. The one I just cleaned the roller off on. Now, see, this is what I do. That was solid on the plate, and it's going to cover every bit of this pretty stuff. Yeah. Damn it. I do that all the time. See, and I completely obliterated. Wiki, wiki, wiki. I don't care if it feels if it covers the whole plate, is what I'm trying to say. Well, I said I needed some good all over backgrounds. Still pretty. Well, guys, I think I'm going to have to call it a night. Because all these big sheets are going to take so much room to dry. This was the one on the plain tissue paper. Now, the thing about the plain tissue paper and the medical paper is that everything, when you glue this down, anything that's not painted will disappear. Isn't that pretty? And I got to let this stuff dry before I can do anything. Probably better not put that there. Trying to find places to put them. I know it's something else in the floor. I think I'm just going to start sitting in the floor. Since that's where everything ends up. Still like this one. Ooh. That's pretty. I love the look of old walls or old paint that's peeling. Ooh, that's even better than it was. That's on Gelli. Almost looks like oxidized metal. Nice, that's nice. Okay, guys, I'm glad you stopped in. I don't want to blow my nose on a piece of saran wrap. Let's see what else I've got on this roller. Now just leave that till next time I may be back this weekend to work on these some more. Plan it a little bit better so that I've got space set up for these big things. We'll test some more paper. Get my phone so I can talk to y'all and say goodbye. Yes, Shauna, it is watercolor after all, unless you're using acrylic gouache. And I think the only difference is acrylic gouache dries with a matte finish. And guess what? So do some of these paints. And I've got some chalk paint up there I got from the hardware store that I need to get out and play with. All right, Miss Shauna, I'll try to catch you the next time you get on. And I think I caught most everything. Go cook supper, and I might pop in tomorrow. You never know. So watch for it. Okay, love you. Thanks for coming. Bye. Over now.